Marcus, a 9-month-old baby, suffered through 3 months of measles. He saw 8 different doctors and 2 consultants. He was hospitalized twice, screamed in pain for days, and did not eat for weeks. Marcus, who was not even a year of age, was exposed to the measles virus from an unvaccinated person, and because he was too young to receive the vaccination himself, he suffered the consequences. The little boy died after 3 months of hard-fought battle between his poor immune system and the preventable disease. The number of people choosing against vaccination for either themselves or their children is growing each day in the United States due to false accusations and interpretations. If we don't do something about it, we or our children could suffer the consequences just as Marcus did. By the end of this speech, I hope that my research will have persuaded you to vaccinate against these unwanted diseases. Vaccinations are safe and beneficial for preventing unwanted illness for all people, but without them, we take life-threatening risks. So first and foremost, the use of vaccinations is safe. According to the National Foundation for Infectious Diseases, in their article titled Top Reasons to Get Vaccinated, vaccines are among the safest medical products available and can prevent the suffering and costs associated with infectious diseases. So the United States Vaccine Safety Program closely and constantly monitors the safety of vaccines. Also, CDC's Immunization Safety Office identifies possible vaccine side effects and then conducts studies to determine whether health problems are caused by vaccines, stated by the CDC website. And lastly, data shows that current U.S. vaccine supply is the safest in history, also stated by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on their website. And so steps are taken before a vaccine can be licensed in the United States. So first, the Food and Drug Administration reviews all aspects of the drug, such as where and how it was made. Next, the FDA takes a look at the studies that have been done on people and animals who have already taken the vaccine, probably in other countries. Then the results of the studies get reviewed again by the CDC, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the American Academy of Family Physicians. Finally, every lot of vaccine is tested to ensure quality, safety, and effectiveness before the vaccine reaches the public. And so not only are the vaccines monitored before they are licensed, they are monitored throughout the lifetime of the vaccine. The FDA regularly inspects places where vaccines are made, and according to the article Vaccine Safety, the Facts, written by members of the American Academy of Pediatrics, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System has been created to monitor the safety of vaccines after licensure. These safe disease-preventing immunizations can be used by everyone. So the use of vaccines is beneficial to everyone. Vaccines prevent people from illness. Everyone is susceptible to illness and disease, some more than others. Therefore, everyone should have to get vaccinated. Vaccines are 90 to 99% effective in preventing disease, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. If, say, a vaccinated child or person does get the disease, the symptoms are usually less serious than in a person who has not been vaccinated. And the benefits and the chance that the vaccine will protect against the disease, they outweigh the risks of actually getting the disease. The seasonal flu vaccine alone saved 40,000 lives during a 9-year period, as told by the CDC. The flu vaccine is just one of the many vaccines we need to protect ourselves. Getting the flu shot once during your life is not enough to protect yourself from the flu forever. Each year there is a new variation of the vaccine due to new variations of the flu. Therefore, we need to get immunized with the flu shot once a year. And then vaccines protect people also financially. Prevention costs less than treatment. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention tell us that the main vaccinations that we get as children cost approximately $1,200 if obtained through CDC contracts and about $1,600 if obtained through private insurance. On the other hand, sick visits to doctors average $100 to $200 per visit, more if tests are needed. Emergency room visits can be several $100s. Hospitalizations can run in the thousands of dollars, and then if a person ends up with a disability or long-term complications, the ongoing cost of treatments and special services could be a huge financial burden. There are also costs that occur when parents stay home from work due to illness. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average hourly wage in the U.S. is about $26 an hour. With that in mind, every day spent home due to illness is around $208 lost in wages, plus more in productivity, stated on the Harvard Health blog by Claire McCarthy. So if you still aren't convinced that vaccines are the ticket to a longer, healthier life, let's look at the risks and implications of not being vaccinated. Harm can be done to many if you choose to skip or delay immunizations. There are medical implications of not getting vaccinated. The ultimate risk of death is at stake. Those who have not had their shots need distinctive treatment if they ever need medical attention. This can put a strain on medical professionals as they may not be familiar with the procedures required to treat someone who has not been vaccinated. Pregnant women who are not vaccinated put their children in the womb at risk for birth defects if the woman would ever contract a disease. And people who are not vaccinated put others, especially those who cannot get vaccinated due to compromised immune systems, such as cancerous patients, at risk of contracting the disease as well. There are social implications of not being vaccinated. If exposed to a disease, one who is not protected against it may have to be isolated or quarantined from others. If there's an outbreak in the community, one who is not vaccinated may have to avoid social settings, such as school and workplaces. And we cannot count on herd immunity. So herd immunity describes how a population is protected from a disease after vaccination by stopping germ exposure. So for example, if one person is not vaccinated against measles and everyone else is, that one person is safe from contracting it in that particular setting. Herd immunity only works if everyone who is able gets vaccinated, which is not the case anymore. So vaccinations are safe and beneficial for preventing unwanted illness for all people, but without them we take life-threatening risks. Marcus's story was just one of the many that have happened over the course of the last decade. Please, for future references, remember the toll that not vaccinating can take on yourself and others. A few needles can be worth a lifetime. Thank you.